Hey guys, Bobby Hughes here with Heritage Pride Custom Firearms, and just out here in the shop packing some stuff up, putting some tools away. I've been working on tying up a couple of projects, finishing up a couple of projects here in preparation of a big move coming up. I know most of you guys, most of you subscribers, you know, you kind of halfway keep up with what's going on, but I'm starting a series, and it's going to be called the Homestead series, and it'll be a whole mess of videos over the next, year and a half, probably longer. But this is going to be my first video on it, and I'm going to call this video the timeline. And I like to keep you guys informed of what I've got going on, what's coming up, and that kind of lets you know, if there's a segment or a amount of time that goes by and you don't see a video posted by me, you know, hey, what's going on and things like that. So anyway, the timeline right now, most of you guys know, I'll be getting out of the Army in October. My actual ETS date is in December, but I start my terminal leave in October, which is nice because that'll be 2 months of leave time that I've saved up for a while, and I'll be on vacation basically for 2 months. I won't be on vacation, but from the Army for the last 2 months, and then I'll ETS in December. In July, we have to move out of the current home that we're in now, and we're moving into a smaller apartment temporarily. It's a crappy situation. The landlord is being just really hard to work with, and needless to say, it's not in his best interest for us to stay here until October, because the property won't be rentable during the fall or winter, I guess. So he wants to put it on the market and rent it out during the summer. So that forces us to have to move about a mile down the road and then turn around 3 months later and move again to Tennessee. So anyway, we've got a couple of big moves coming up here in the next few months or whatever, and I'll have videos, posted just like normal between now and then. And but we do have the move in July, and then another move in October, and the move in October will be moving home. Me and my wife have been looking pretty hardcore into properties, into land, and we have a few pieces of property picked out that we want to look at while we'll actually be home in August for 2 weeks. And we're going to go look at some properties then. Probably won't purchase any properties yet. I just want to make sure that it's the right property and that it's where I want to be and what I want. So we want to go look at the properties and then kind of take our time making a decision. And a lot of people have said, well, if you find something you like, you need to buy it now. But if it's meant to be, it'll still be there when I get ready to buy it. So I have faith that God will provide the property that He wants us to have and give it to us in the time that we need to have it. So the plan right now, when we move back in October, is my brother and his wife have a home, and it's a very big home, and the whole downstairs is completely finished out. So we're going to be staying with them for a few months, and my ideal plan, what I would like to do is save as much money as I can between now and January, and come the beginning of 2014, I want to go ahead and buy the property. We may buy it a little bit before then, or maybe a little bit after, but we want to buy the property around that time. And then we plan to build a tiny house. Now, it's not your typical tiny house. It's not 200 square feet. It's actually 560 square feet. So it's really not a tiny house. In today's society, it would be considered a tiny house because it's not 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 square feet. But 560 square foot home with 2 lofts. And it'll be plenty big enough for me and the wife and the kid while we are getting established. I'm just, the more I think about it, the more I think that, I don't want to work for the rest of my life to pay for a house. Just to be able to call it my own and probably never be able to call it my own. I don't want to work for the rest of my life to do that, to pay money to someone that has something to hold over my head. I don't want to live like that. I want to be debt free, and that includes with my property in my house. So you know, we've got kind of a couple of financial plans laid out as to how we're going to do it. And the property, the land, we're not going to be able to pay cash for if we get the one that we want. But we have a 5-year payoff plan on it, and so we want to pay it off in 5 years. But with the tiny house or the small scale home, with me building it myself, which most of you know that I do construction, and so it's not an issue for me to build it myself, but for me building it myself, using a lot of secondhand appliances and rough sawn lumber from a lumber mill and not from the big box stores and things like that, we're going to be able to build our home for about $10,000. In addition to that, we want to build I have to have a shop, something to work in. And so we want to build a pole building for a shop, and that'll be a 24-foot by 32-foot pole building, concrete slab floor. And then on both sides, on one side it'll be an open cover for like firewood and lawnmowers or equipment or whatever. And then on the other side it'll have a small, probably 12 by 22-foot side building that'll be finished in, and that'll be for my gun shop. Reloading, so on and so forth. And then we plan to put in some sort of root cellar or bunker or something, not necessarily for fallout or anything like that, but you know, as a safe room for storms or to prevent robbery or you know, just for food storage or whatever. So you know, we've got a plan. I've got a lot of the plans laid out, and in another video I'll show you some of the plans that I've drawn up and the ideas for the house and the shop and all that stuff. But you know, that's kind of the plan, the timeline. So you know, October I'll be out of the Army, headed back to Tennessee, living with my brother for a little while. I am going to be doing construction, so I own a construction company. So if any of my viewers are in the East Tennessee area and you need some remodeling done or new construction or electrical or plumbing or HVAC or anything that you can think of, then hit me up, and when I'm home in August I'll come out and see you, and we'll get a bid put together for you and all that good stuff, and then we can plan on a timeline as to when to do the work if you don't need it done right away. I obviously can't come home next week and do the work for you, so but we will get to you, and that's how I plan on being self-sufficient. Cody from Wrangler Star, and I mentioned Cody in several videos, and the reason why is because I think I connect with Cody in a different way, or maybe not a different way, but in a way that, you know, the way he's living is a lot like I want to live. Our mindset is one and the same. You know, we share a lot of the same hobbies or things that we're interested in, things like that. And so I really get a lot out of his videos. My dad said once, or he used to say it a lot, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. And I think we can use that in the reverse role without making mistakes. A smart man can do it on his own and learn how to do it, but a wise man can watch someone else do it and know how to do it right. So just as we learn from mistakes, we can also learn from stuff being done right. And if there's one thing that you know, Wrangler Star's good at, it's doing things right. And so anyway, I don't know why I got off on that. It was something that he said that I was gonna use, and talking about multiple sources of income. You know, being self-sufficient is not just growing your own food and you know, living off the grid and things like that, because you have to have money. There has to be some sort of money there. You have to pay taxes. You have to, you know, there's certain things that you're going to have to purchase. If your car breaks, you know, yeah, you can fix it yourself, but you got to buy the part to fix it. So you have to have some sort of income. So my way of being self-sufficient too is being my own boss. doing construction, something that God has given me the gift to be able to do and do right and do really good, is carpentry and construction. I have the brain to troubleshoot, and I love to solve problems. And so I fit in that niche. So not using that as a form of income to be self-sufficient would be foolish. So, you know, there's that, and then obviously there's the YouTube. I'm going to use that as a source of income. And I've got a couple other ideas too, but you know, this lady that I used to do a lot of work for, she used to call me the jack of all trades, master of none. And at first I kind of got pissed off about it. I was like, I am a master carpenter. I'm good at doing carpentry. Well, you know, but in the Army we learned that, you know, there's always room for improvement. And I don't think anyone is a master at anything. I think you can always learn to be better. But I am very good at a lot of things that I do, and being able to, you know, somebody that needs something worked on, you need a boat trailer welded or something like that, I can do that, you know. It may just be a $25 job, or heck, it may not pay anything at all, but the next time I need something, that person may be able to help me. And that's how you develop that community to be self-sufficient. And you have your self-sufficient income, your self-sufficient, you know, way of living, and that's how you become self-sufficient. So, you know, that's the plan or the timeline, kind of, and I've ran or gone off on rabbit trails about some different things, but you know, I just want to keep you guys informed, and maybe you get something out of what I say. Maybe you get something out of my ideas, and it helps you think of an idea. And that's why I do these videos. Really, honestly, there's nothing more that I get any more satisfaction out of than when I get on, you know, my email and I see a bunch of comments on YouTube, and I get people that say, hey, thanks, great video. I would have never figured this out without your help, blah, blah, blah. You know, that makes me feel good, and it makes doing the videos worthwhile. Yeah, I get paid for it, but I'm going to tell you, you don't get rich off YouTube. If you're not partnered with YouTube, and you know, obviously you don't have any ads or anything like that, then you know, you may think that we make a lot of money, but we don't. I mean, it's pennies on the dollar compared to the amount of time that we have invested in making the videos. But the real satisfaction comes from you, the viewers, actually getting something out of it, and being able to help each other. You know, I know I've helped a lot of people via YouTube, but hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been helped a lot via YouTube. There's a lot of things that I've got on there and watched videos about, gotten ideas from, and that's really what I do it for. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I know sometimes I get into rants and controversial topics and things like that, but you know what? That's what makes America great. Being able to disagree, or basically agree to disagree. You know, we're not all going to think the same way. And, you know, everyone's not going to think that I'm right, and I don't think everybody else is right all the time. So that's the cool thing about living here in this nation. And but like I said, my end goal is that you get something out of it, and that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, that's my timeline. That's kind of the plan for what's going to be going on within the next 6 to 8 months or so with the homestead and all that good stuff. Now, of course, plans may change. God may open another door and I may go down a different path. But that's kind of the plan that I'm looking at right now. So anyway, guys, any feedback would be great. Any ideas or anything like that, I would love to hear from you. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, go check out some of the other videos, see if it's something you're interested in. If you are, go ahead and subscribe. You know, if you can find something that helps you out, then that's great. The only thing I ask is that you subscribe in return. So anyway, guys, until next time, get out there, shoot some guns, be safe, and most importantly, have fun. See you guys later.